Okay, guys, welcome again to another of our lunchtime webinars. And unusually, it's actually on a Friday today. We normally have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is Katrina speaking as usual, introducing our presenter for the day. So this is actually one of our hotly anticipated webinars. We've had a number of webinars on the topic of Agile over the last couple of months, and Disciplined Agile has come up more than once. We were meant to have Frank join us a couple of months ago at our national conference in April, and sadly that didn't come about, and he very kindly agreed to present for us today. So welcome, Frank.
Hello, it's a pleasure for us here in Germany to be here to present you Disciplined Agile.
We're delighted to have you. So guys, I just we're changing it up a little bit today, so you're not going to get your usual mentee poll, because Frank is going to try something different. So we also welcome Frederic, who's probably going to stay on mute for us. He's going to wave maybe and say hello. Frederic is working with Frank in Alvission training, and he is going to help him to facilitate how he's going to run this webinar session today. So as you know, some of you may have met Frank before, and you may have seen him present. He's the founder and managing director of Alvission Training, and he has over 25 years experience both on the classic side and on the agile and hybrid side as a project manager and as a consultant. So he has a huge background in speaking at an international conference level. So he's a very fit candidate today to bring us through the whole area of Disciplined Agile. And what we're talking about today is the implementation of Disciplined Agile and how to choose your way of working. So before I hand over to Frank, there's only one thing I want to say. There is no mentee poll today. Please use the Q&A chat in Zoom. We want to see how that works for us. And also, Frank is going to get you to be interactive with him using the whiteboard. You'll see a link on the screen here. Frederic, if I can get you maybe to pop that link into the chat again for everybody, and we'll keep sharing that link. Please open a browser on your PC and open up that link that hopefully you can see at the top of my screen here, the Miro.com link. That should enable you to be interactive in this webinar today. So I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to stay quietly in the background. We will probably take your questions and interaction throughout the webinar, and if we've got some time at the end, if there's any questions remaining, we'll take those then. Okay. Over to you, Frank. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Katrina, for the introduction. And yeah, we are very happy to be here. It would be better to be in Ireland and Dublin. Yeah, we have Guinness together later, but in these bad times, we have to shift on the online broadcasting, and we are here in Saarbrücken. It's in southwest Germany. It's the heart of Germany. It's the triangle from Germany, Luxembourg, and France. We are nearby the border, and yeah, we are happy to present you, I hope in a short while, whether Disciplined Agile, a short introduction with some practice examples, and we try to do this with interactivity from your side. We have a really great audience, till now 76 participants. That's really great. And yeah, we hope you will enjoy this beside your sandwich and your coffee in the lunchtime. And yeah, enjoy. I have here Frederic with me. He's my colleague and the Didaktik manager here in Alvission training. Hello. I will make it short. So I will share my screen so you can. We have different screens, so and you can arrange the window as you want. Then with your Zoom browser. Okay, then I will start and I will share now my screen here. I hope it runs. Yes, I can see this. 1 second, please. And now, yeah, we are talking about Disciplined Agile, and what is this? Is this Disciplined Agile? Where does it come from? And what do we expect in the next 35, 40 minutes, 45 minutes? We will see that we can answer some questions at the end of the presentation and at the end of the walkthrough, also from the practice example. All in all, one hour is a short time, yeah, to present you the whole process toolkit, but we try to give you a really practical introduction in all this. We will have a look on the basics, on the theory, but all in all, it is important that you understand how and what is Disciplined Agile standing and what is behind Disciplined Agile. Then we will show only, and we will go into the DFlex lifecycle, because it is the big picture to understand and for the implementation of Disciplined Agile in the organizations. Last but not least, we will make a walkthrough with you together with the 5 steps of Choose Your How, and maybe you can get a better understanding how you could implement maybe Disciplined Agile in your organization or in your projects. Then that's all from the agenda side. And what was, for example, 20 years ago, 2001, what was it, 2001? Yeah, we had 2001, it's nearly 20 years ago. It was the Agile Manifesto was described by the leading heads of software development in the world. After them, they developed principles, and now we have about 20 years of Agile development. And what we can see until today, or what we can see in the actual state, in enterprises, in organizations, in companies all over the world, what is the actual situation? We are, I've about 25 years in software development and international consulting business, and we saw that we tried all methods, all instruments. We tried to apply this in the projects, in the organizations, and many times, it was failed. It could not, it could not fit. What about 2020? Yeah, we are talking about that 95% of line organizations are organized in silos, in classical, traditional organization. What Frederic Taylor described about more than 100 years, about 110 years ago. So now we can become aware about the problems, what is behind. We have many, and we know many different agile approaches. We know many methods, instruments. We know philosophies. We know principles, and so on. But we also have been understood that there is not one size fits all methodology or one size fits all approach for the project, for the organizations, for the companies, to support them to become more agile. We have about, and I made also a lot of failures many years ago. We tried to implement Scrum, for example, in every project, in every business process. But Scrum is developed for software development, and in the software development part, it fits really perfect. Yes, but not, for example, in other process areas, regarding DevOps, or maybe later in operations and service processes. All the companies are talking and discussing about, we must become more agile, or I get called, Mr. Tassone, please support us that we become more agile. Independent what you do, it's at least there is agile onto the book or something like this. But this is not the Agile transformation, and this is not the goal what we have. We start, and we have to start also with mindset, with culture. We cannot, for example, we cannot implement something in lower maturity organizations, and the maturity is independent how old organizations are. Yes, that's a really huge challenge what you did. So, but let's start with interaction with you together. And I will hope that it runs, and Frederic will take the control over, and please explain the short introduction, because for us it is important to know where do you think is standing your organization, more classic or more agile. Please, Frederic, go on.
Yeah, as Katrina said at the beginning of our webinar, we try to mix things up. So Katrina shared the link in the chat, so everyone who would like to participate in this little icebreaker exercise can follow the link. So please follow the link in the chat to the My Report.
You are mute, Frederic.
Yeah.
Okay. You're sorry. It was.
Yeah. I hope the sound is okay for you all. So I will share my my screen now to the My Report, so we can go over and see if there's some action actually. So. Oh, yeah. Some participants. Yeah. So the whole exercise is, here's some dots. So you can grab a dot on our My Report. That's our real-time interactive whiteboard, and you can grab a dot here. So just left click on it, and you can drag. You can hold your left cursor, and you can drag the point over there, and you can make a short self-assessment on your way of working. So if you say, yeah, we're working traditional, then you position your dot on the left side, please. And if you say, yeah, we are fully agile and using Scrum, Lean, Kanban, all that stuff, then so we see.
Oh yeah, great.
We have some interaction. Yeah, there's some dots.
Mm-hmm.
We have some really big dots, so you can, as you can see, you can fully edit the dots, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but it runs in 80%. If the most important is Pareto principle. If 80% can reach to put the dots, we have reached our goal. Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, as expected, most of us work in more traditional or hybrid organizations.
You can see it here in this area. Yeah, traditional with a mix, maybe with a mix of agile with methods, instruments. It is more hybrid, and the less it's really less really agile. Okay, it's good to see.
Yeah, very nice interaction with over 50 people joining us here on our whiteboard. So that was the first icebreaker exercise, so we can go back to Frank.
Okay, so we see that the needs are here in this area, that it's more traditional, coming more and more with agile methods, instruments to become more and more agile. That's all our goal, and that are the needs for the enterprises. Regarding the Agile Transformation. Okay, so let's go back here in next slides. Time is running and your lunch break is very short, okay? Then we come back here. 1 second. Here. Okay. So, okay. So then let's see what Disciplined Agile is. What is Disciplined Agile or what is not? So it's another short interactive session. There are many sentences, and you can raise your hand. You know the raise hand button also in here in Zoom is it is also some button, and let's check what Disciplined Agile maybe is or not. You have only a few seconds for your own answer. Okay, Disciplined Agile is the new hybrid one-size-fits-all approach. What do you think, Frederic?
Yeah, you can post also your answers in the chat actually. So
No, it's not the new hybrid one-size-fits-all approach. The guidance is Disciplined Agile. The guidance to help you, your team, and your enterprise increase effectiveness. Yes, of course, it is the guidance to help you and your team. Is Disciplined Agile a hybrid project management body of knowledge? Maybe it's a demo guide. No, is it not? This is not a project management body of knowledge, but it is indeed an agile body of knowledge. Is Disciplined Agile a lightweight guidance to help organizations to streamline their processes? And yes, of course, it is a lightweight guidance. Is Disciplined Agile prescribing a detailed list of procedures to follow, like many others in frameworks and process models? No, it is not. Yeah, it is not prescribing a detailed list of procedures. The A teams are guided through choosing their way of working. Of course, the A teams are guided through Disciplined Agile through choosing their way of working. Choose your wow. Is Disciplined Agile a toolkit for practice implementation in Agile Transformation projects? Yes, it is. Is Disciplined Agile the industry-leading process decision toolkit? Yes, it is. Is Disciplined Agile helps you learn about your options and guides you to your best next steps in your working? Yes, it is. Is Disciplined Agile a guide to the best way of working for your team or organization? Yes, of course. Is Disciplined Agile a cohesive methodology to agile solution delivery? And also here it is a cohesive methodology to agile solution delivery. Is Disciplined Agile the new competitor against SAFe? No, it is not the new competitor against SAFe. Disciplined Agile can maybe support SAFe projects for implementation and many other things. Is Disciplined Agile a collection of agile methods and instruments? This is not only a collection of all agile methods and instruments. Disciplined Agile is has many methods and instruments, but it's not at all. They are very popular and really good practices on. Is Disciplined Agile extended agile mindset with principles and promises? Yes, it is an agile mindset with principles and promises. And last but not least, is Disciplined Agile a new agile framework? No, it is not a new agile framework. It is a process decision toolkit. That was a short introduction.
Just 1 second.
Yes, please.
We have some feedback from you guys that the sound quality is not the best. So our situation is we are in the same room together. So I'm muted and we are recording with the same microphone. So I hope.
Okay.
We have an microphone a little bit.
Hope it is better now. We can continue. Yes. So that was a short intro in what Disciplined Agile is or is not. There are many questions what we are discussing, and now let's see the next steps. For every PMI member, there is a free version to download the new Choose Your Wow book from Scott Emler and from Mark Lyons. That is, I will not say the Bible of Disciplined Agile, but this is the main book, and it is really elaborated. You find it there, and this is the paper book from this, about 400. It's really good explained, and it is really good written with many years of experience also. Yes, so you can you can find here the link to the handbook, and now what are the most important steps improving your own way of working, for example? Start where you are, do the best that you can given the situation that face, and last but not least, always try to get better. That's really important. Is also the learning cycle and the principles behind Kaizen. It is also a very important part from Disciplined Agile. Now let's have a look, and it's a short look because we have new principles also, or we have one new principle. I will only mention it so you can get the spirit, what is behind Disciplined Agile, but I will not explain it in detail. We must delight our customers, and it is not enough to have customers they are happy, or customers they are only their needs are only fulfilled. We will delight the customers moreover than what is right now. We all in the teams and all in the projects, we must be awesome. That's really important. It is also it is a mind, and it's a philosophy. We need pragmatism. We need more possibilities that we can make our choices in different contexts. We have so many projects with so different factors and frames, and so we need more flexibility, more agility. So then we must have choices. It is in every process, in every organization, every team is other than the other team. Every project is unique. Every team is unique. We need these skills. We have teams, they are co-located. We have teams all over the world. And actually nowadays, especially in these times, we are working and we are collaborate together with the technologies and the platforms. It's independent where you are. We can work together. The good part is that till now, the technologies, the platforms are ready and they are good to use, but we can see also with all the video conference systems, 10, 15 years ago, it would not be in the same manner that we could use this today. Optimized flow, really important also from the Disciplined Agile philosophy is also that we need to look to the value in the company. It's independent. If you optimize only your process and your team, we need to look on the whole value, and this is from the customer to the customer. Yeah, and this flow, this workflow, this value stream, this must be optimized, and this is really important to take also this look of it. And enterprise awareness, that is the same. It's not enough only to think about your team. Your team is in the infrastructure. You have so many interfaces with all organizations around, departments and others, and also marketing, also sales, also the people management is really important for the whole success from the company. And this is also your success, and so we need enterprise awareness. That's really important. Organize, that's the new, and that's it comes few weeks ago, is the new principle. Organize around product and services. That is really also really important, because why? That we have not only software products or software products and projects to develop. We develop services and many other things. It's more going out from the real software development to the product development and to the service development. Here you can see, and I apologize because it is only a screenshot, but these posters came out a few times ago, and they are so quite new that I have not the originals, but you can see the principle. Yeah, we are talking also about promises, and we are talking about guidelines. And here you can, you can see what is also behind Disciplined Agile, what spirit is behind of it, and that is really, really, good elaborated. That's really interesting, to read more about it. Now we had so many discussions. I'm also PMI guy since many years and volunteer since many years in different positions. And we are talking, oh, that's Disciplined Agile, that's the new, they will replace the project management body of knowledge. No, it's independent. It's the Disciplined Agilism is a hybrid process toolkit on the project management body of knowledge. It explains it. This is the process-oriented description of the project professionality regarding the ISO 21500. And actually now the PIMBO guide is also in a really big release and in a really refactoring. So it comes out, the PIMBO guide 7.0 comes out at the end of the year. We will see that here the views, the 4 most important views for Disciplined Agile. We have flow, we have practices, and we have flow, we have practices, and we have people. People, it's most in the middle, but it's all is based on the mindset. It's based on the mindset, on the principle and guidelines. You never will be successful to implement something, to change something, if the mindset is not the base of all. If the mindset is not developed in the heads of the people in the organizations. It needs culture, it needs guidance, it needs the principles, and it needs time for transformation, and it needs time for change. Yeah. Many companies tried also in the past to implement Scrum in their traditional organizations. And the end of the song was at least that no, Scrum wasn't able to support our organization, or the Scrum Master was not able, the coach was not able. No, the organization was not mature to implement new methods and instruments, because when they start the journey with Agile, there is no return. There's no return. They must start, and they must start with principles, with guidelines, with mindsets, and this is the base. And then you can continue. And then you need the tools. Then you need the methods. Then you need the instruments. Here's also one poster, and for all members of Disciplined Agile, these posters also are to download for free in the web store, and it is quite new. You can see the most important is individual and interactions, is the people, are the teams, and only 5 to 10% tools and processes. Okay, let's have a quick look on the Disciplined Agile roles of teams, and then we can go on to the walkthrough and to the interaction. Primary roles in Disciplined Agile, also we have team lead, we have product owner, we have architecture owner, team members, and all in all the stakeholders. And this is also really important, because all stakeholders with an interest of the process, of the product, of the project is really also included here. And that are the primary roles. There are more roles, but the primary roles are there. Now I will get every time the question, what about the project manager? Okay, Disciplined Agile itself, now in the new version, there is also a project manager, or maybe the team lead will take over function from project management, maybe, or all around this line processes are also project with project managers. It is not like this, that there is no project manager, no program manager, or project portfolio manager also. Let's have a view, a short overview also here, the different approaches, the different content in Disciplined Agile. I get many times the feedback, oh, Disciplined Agile is only a collection. You went there, you collected all what is in the Agile world, you put it in the choose your own book, and then this should be the new methods and instruments and the new process toolkit for the Agile transformation and for the success for the companies of the future. No, it is not like this. Disciplined Agile is the content and the different approaches, what is into or what went into the development, where the most popular and the most practicable methods and instruments. And that's why the developers like Scott, Mark, and many other experts in the world decided what to bring in. And you see here, this is traditional. Normally, if you are talking about agile transformation and you will talk about waterfall or traditional predictive project approaches, you will have many discussions maybe with people against this mind or mindset. And I know this, and I have a lot of experience. Also in the future, there are many projects. It makes no sense to use Scrum to run projects and to work on the projects. And we have so many predictive topics from projects, like to build a bridge over the river or something like this. It makes sense to build it in sequences. Yeah, but nevertheless, you can also use in this sequence and in this traditional approach, you can also use agile methods and instruments in the everyday's working. And that is the hybrid approach, what is really interesting and really important. I mentioned it at the start of the presentation that we are working in silos, we are working in line organizations, and in the most of the companies we have this structure, we have this organization form, and it is the same that in these organizations it is really difficult to implement maybe the process over the interfaces regarding the value stream from the products. That you can see, and this is also Disciplined Agile is not fixed in stone. Disciplined Agile is also every time it will be developed, it will be released, it will be there comes new methods and instruments. So that is only one part what is into Disciplined Agile, what is behind. For example, I made in projects 10-15 years ago, we made these failures because as we try to implement Scrum and service processes, it was crazy, yeah. And for example, what Scrum is for the development is maybe the Kanban method, the Kanban process, or the Kanban instruments for the service and operations process. It fits perfectly. So that's why also here the life cycles are based on the different approaches like Lean, like Kanban, like Scrum, maybe also regarding some Spotify approaches and others. This is the big picture from the from the enterprise view, from the company view, and you can see the value and the value stream and the delivery process begins and ends with the customers, and that is really important. Yeah. So then we start, and if there is no strategy, yeah, you cannot break down your portfolio, for example. Yeah. Then we need, after the strategy, we need the portfolio management. With the serious and the professional portfolio management, we have the overview of the structure of the projects, what we have to do, and what we will deliver in the life cycles through the year. We have the product management approach. We have here the product management level. We have here the program management with different projects into one program. Then we have the release. We have IT. And then we have the delivery, we have the support, and also we have here the blades from the governance view, enterprise architecture, continuous improvement. With this big picture, you have the entry, and it is the roof. It is the roof from the Disciplined Agile process toolkit, and you can understand that every part on the delivery levels is also independence. It depends, but not independence. It depends on the higher levels. So with this strategy, with this structure, with this portfolio, then you can break it down. Here you can see it better in this graphic. Okay, that's the big picture. That's important. That's high level, and then we will go more into the flows, or we can more into the organizations. And then you can see every is dependent from the cycles, from the products, from the streams, from the teams. We have here the Scrum cycle, and we have all in all so many interfaces in the whole company, in the organization. That's why that's the quite new view of the Disciplined Agile toolkit, and this is the main view of the toolkit. And if you see here the foundations with the principles, the promises, what we saw before, the guidelines, we have Agile, we have Lean, we have Serial. Yeah, the traditional way is also sequential serial. We have roles description, and we have the way of working with many other decision points into. Here you can see the process blades, and you can see also behind these blades the board and the toolkit, what is behind. Actually now, for your first view, it may be really complex, but it's really logical. And if you see the levels, there's a new blade. What is really interesting is the transformation blade on the high level, on the enterprise level. Okay, that was the walkthrough that you can get a big picture and a sense what is Disciplined Agile and what is behind the toolkit. And now we will come to the next part of the presentation. How do we choose our wow? How do we choose our way of work? The 5 steps of choose your wow is, first we have to analyze the context. Yeah, what context does the team face? The factor in the team size distribution, what's the product scope, what's the complexity, what schedule we have, the stakeholders. Then on the next step, we have select the best fit life cycle, what is best fitting now. And it's not only that there is one best fit, yeah, there can also be adapted on the situation in the project. Then we have to connect these dots with our diagrams, with the goal diagrams, what are the most relevant goal diagrams, and behind the goal diagrams, you will see it in a few minutes what is behind these goal diagrams. You can see what is behind them. You can see the options what you can choice. Then you have to make your choices, and all in all, the 5th step is guided continuous improvement. Guided continuous improvement for a really important part of Disciplined Agile, and for me, it is never stop learning and never stop to improve this. And this is the philosophy of Kaizen, what is behind. Okay, then we will make a jump. We talked that there is some more to evolve. Your way of working, and now we will jump also into the DA. Is it the DA browser? No, I will shift this 1 second, and now I can show you the DA browser. Okay. One second. Okay. So here, for example, you can see that this is for DA members. You can use also DA browser, and you can see here, for example, you will choose the process goal, or one of the most important process goal. You will choose here from the team. Here are the goals that you can see here, and here you can understand the structure from the Disciplined Agile toolkit, because we have here the goals, then we have here the decision points, and then we have here the options. The options, what choice we can make. And all in all, there are many options. For example, we have more than 1,000 options in the whole process toolkit. And behind every option is the situation faced, what is the actual situation in the project or in the organization. And there is no best practice. There are many good practices, and the good practices, they must be chosen regarding the context. And maybe today the option, for example, what we will see here, the structure of the team. We have the options: internal open source, feature teams, component teams, or single teams. Yeah, the single team, maybe this is a default for the organization for choose the option. Or here, for example, the size of the team. We have large team, medium teams, and small teams. And here with the arrow, you can see small teams from 2 to 15 people. That are really one of the best options, but it depends the context, the situation of the project. And here you can see that you have a description, also description from these options regarding the implementation, and it is behind. This DA browser, for example, you can see here has nearly the whole Choose Your Wow book is developed as a browser, as a method and instruments, as a tool set to use it. Or for example, improve the quality. We have the goal, the process goal, improve the quality. Then we can make our decision points, improve implementation, starting. That's for now what you could see in this few half an hour. So for the next step, we will make the we will shift to Frederic. Frederic is waiting here behind all the video equipment, and Frederic will overtake, and Frederic will show you now by a walkthrough how to implement and how to choose your wow, the 5 steps in this practice example. Okay, Frederic, please, go on.
So that was a lot of content, but I hope you are still with us. So I will share my screen again, and we'll go to the Miro board that we introduced at the beginning of our webinar. So please go over to Miro, use the same link. And I will go to Miro myself. And here we have our complete concept of how we can choose our way of working. And as Frank said, there are 5 steps that are consequential to another, so we can move on. So I hope everyone can see my Miro board here. Like it. So first, some participants stole my stole my spider diagrams. It's no problem. I bring it back here. So please
don't play around. Don't play around with the
I've locked all the objects on the board, but you can all unlock. So I have faith in you. So first, we can analyze the context. As Frank said, we have here different parameters that you can see: team size, geographic distribution, organizational distribution, technical complexity, and we can choose our way of work in that way that we can say, we are a team of 10 people perhaps. We are co-located as it should be, and at one location. We are a single division company, and our technical complexity of our problem or our product is standalone solution perhaps, and the domain complexity is straightforward. So I see the question in the Q&A. Where is the risk in DA? So here in the spider diagram, you can say if you go to the outskirts of this spider diagram, you higher the risk. So if you are a company with 1,000 people, then the risk is higher, and when the geographic distribution is global.
It depends. It depends. That what this means. Context counts, and that depends then. And the risk itself is also it's behind the process decisions. Also, what kind of risk mitigation maybe we can join or we can choose then. For the risk management.
So
it's a simple view. It's a simple view of the context only for the first step. Okay, please the second.
Yeah, that was the first step. So now we're coming to the good part. We select our best fit lifecycle. So we are now in the Disciplined Agile delivery, and I can go over here. You can follow me along. There's the DA Flex lifecycle. So we're actually here. Yeah, I hope that the image is loading. So it takes some seconds. So we are actually here. That's the important part in the Disciplined Agile delivery. So how do we do our work? So we can go over here, and here we can choose our way of working. And there is
there are some questions in the diagrams, and then we can see where we are, and then we see these questions, and it is really like a flow diagram, and then we see, oh, it's more exploratory. For example, do you understand what the customers want? No. So then we must go back to the customer, and then we must use the exploratory life cycle, and it's, for example, it's based on the Spotify approach. Okay? Yeah. Or maybe if it is, yes, I understood what the customer needs, it is a large program requiring the team on many teams, maybe it is program life cycle where different projects come in. It depends, so the context. Please continue.
Yeah, it depends on the context, and so you can have a little meeting with your team, and you can go through all the questions here and have a good conversation about it, and then you can choose your life cycle. So, for example, if you choose, the Agile life cycle would be something that we're interested in, then you can go over here, and here you can see the classical Agile lifecycle. So there was a question about Scrum and DA. So DA is not one framework again. It's a collection of methods.
Life cycles also.
And this. Yeah. And so Scrum can be a part of DA. So you can choose the Agile lifecycle. And here you can see, you have iterations. Yeah, we have our daily stand-up. Yeah, you have our iteration backlog. You have the retrospective and so on. And that's
okay. Go on. So we must move on. 10 minutes left.
So you've chosen the Agile lifecycle, and then we come to the next step. I hope you can follow along. We connect the dots, and as Frank already said, we are over here on our goal diagrams, and that's where the meat is in DA. All the practices, and here all the different goal diagrams are linked, so we can go over here and can say, we are in the inception of our work at the beginning, and we go over to form team, and we can go over here, and here you see when it's loading, if we get sharper, that here is our goal diagram, how we can manage to form our team within our organization.
And we will decide with the team, what is the most important, where we start, what is the most important decision point, what we should apply. That is also flexible, and we have a lot of suggestions, we have a lot of options, what we can use also to check where we are. It depends also the maturity or the agile maturity of the team and of the mindset. Okay?
Yeah.
That was a
so
next step.
yeah, and then also we choose our different goal diagrams and what's important to us, and now we must make some choices, as Frank said. Yeah, there is always our process goal, and then there are some decision points. So you must decide, yeah, what fits your way of working, and yeah, you have some different options, and
yeah, we will grow also with our agility. Maybe in half a year we are more agile. The teams are more agile. Then we can use other options with a higher maturity. Maybe, yeah. That's why there is no best practice in Disciplined Agile. We have many good options, and we have made the choice of the options. And if it fits, okay. If not, it's agile. Inspect and adapt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
And that's a good bridge to the guided continuous improvement. So inspect and adapt, and the best thing is we should always try to improve, and therefore there's a guided continuous improvement process within DA, and here you can see it. Yeah, it's a quite normal improvement process, but it's for the team it's very
Yes, it's so simple. The process, the guided continuous improvement process is so simple, but I know so many companies, they have, until today in 2020, they haven't implemented any continuous improvement process. So it is in the Disciplined Agile toolkit. It's anchored. And this is really important. And then where does it finish? Share the learnings. Yeah, share what you learned with the team. Support the team, understand the team, and then you will be successful with your team and your development. And now we are really hard on the cut. We have 6 minutes left, and Frederic, thank you very much for the fast walkthrough. It was not a walkthrough; it was a run through. It was a run through.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So then let's come to the last topics, and now we will see, and this is, and we are here also at the end. I have to, is it, you can see it? Okay,
yeah,
okay, good. So
I can see your presentation mode.
My presentation modes.
Yeah.
So we don't need presentation mode because it is.
We have also some questions. So
So we have some questions left, and then. Please, what are the questions?
We can go over to the questions. How are the 8 principles aligned or different to Agile Manifesto? Is the first question.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is it's a bit complex.
The 8 principles, only principles of the Agile Manifesto. We are talking about the principles of the Agile Manifesto, and the Disciplined Agile principles were developed later more and more, then it fits more and it fits better in the actual VUCA world. Yeah. Next
question. What is the role of EA in DA? E.g., do you use TOGAF?
Yes, TOGAF is also implemented in Disciplined Agile. But what is the EA? What is new with EA? I don't know. Maybe we can go to the next.
Me neither, so feedback would be nice. How do you start your Agile journey, working group, pilot project, training, consultancy?
That is also a good question, because you need the introduction, you need the basic knowledge. You have to train with the process toolkit. So it's like every journey. It's really important. Start your journey with the first steps to become more background from Disciplined Agile. We have the Disciplined Agile web pages with so many presentations, with video clips, with YouTube videos. then you can make your choice to, yeah, also to book a training with the Outer West training partners. They are all also at the Disciplined Agile websites, and then you can go in the certification path from Disciplined Agile, and you can develop your knowledge and your expertise step by step, yeah, in Disciplined Agile.
Yeah, one last question I've got here. Is DA available as an app?
Excuse me?
Is Disciplined Agile available as an app?
Disciplined Agile, actually, we have the DA browser, and it is also for the member that it is the description in HTML, one is into the book. Many things are still in development. The next release will come on the 19th of June, so in a few weeks. So it is really yeah, dynamic also in Disciplined Agile development, and I hope so that sometime will come at this.
Yeah.
Next.
Can you give examples of organizations that have implemented DA, please?
Yes, we have also on the web page we have huge international enterprises like Desjardins from Canada. It's a financial service provider, and many other companies what started, and some of them they have many years of experience with Disciplined Agile. The studies and the cases are also on the websites.
Yeah, I think we answered the next question.
One important question, is the role of project manager gone? No, the role of project manager is not gone. The project manager is still alive, and it will be needed. He will be needed, she will be needed also in the future, because he is the one who managed the whole project, independent what is on the delivery process path. Okay?
So, yeah.
Good. Okay, there are many more questions. So time is really at the end, and I would only show you that here are some links. We will put the presentations as the PDF that you can download it after the presentation. Then we have here our contact data. I'm on all platforms. You can reach me. You can ask me all the things. Yeah, I would be happy that you start also with our journey with Disciplined Agile. It is an initiative all over the world, and in my opinion, we are talking about the next decade of Agile implementation with the hybrid process toolkit like Disciplined Agile, and I really expect many supports for the companies and for their Agile transformation projects. Okay, that's from our side.
Perfect.
Katrina.
Perfect, Frank. Thank you. So, guys, that we'll leave it there. Actually, so that was quite a full-on session, and I think judging, we've actually got a lot of questions, so it was great to see the interaction, and there was quite a lot of interaction in the chat as well. There's a lot for us to digest there, a fair few questions on where people can get access to the information, and if you're a member of the PMI, you can get an access to a lot of this information. So the slides that will come out after this, I have a feeling, are going to be hugely important to everybody that was on the webinar today. So Frank and Frederic, thank you so much. It was a real whistle-stop tour of Disciplined Agile, and I think it's given us all food for thought. There's a lot to dig into on this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I can only say enjoy your weekend and sláinte. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, thanks everybody, and we will see you for our next webinar, and we will share the slides. Frank and Frederic, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.